Wow, ladies and gentlemen, 2 years later, we have a new episode for Lockdown Player. Wow, is this a magical time? Modern Warfare 4 is announced, so now I have to get out hiding and do another episode? I mean, okay, listen guys. I will explain everything. Because there's not really a bigger story, but it is, but hey, I'll try to squeeze everything into an hour, or a bit less. But yeah, two years later, we have a new episode. And there's a reason why. Sure, Modern Warfare 4 is announced, but that's not the reason. It's just like, lots of things happened in the last 2 years, and lots of things to explain, and I kinda lost passion with Call of Duty, for many different reasons, which I'll try to explain, but hey, welcome to another episode of Lockdown Player. And my name is Tom, also known as the Lanky Soldier. I host another show on Spotify and Apple Podcast, all other big audio platforms called Battlefield 1 Podcast. So I'm a Battlefield guy, but you already knew that. If you've been listening to this podcast back 2 years ago, when I was releasing an episode every 2 weeks or something like that, I made 8 episodes. Is it 8? I don't remember how many episodes I did. So 8 episodes later, if you listen to those episodes, I was always been a Battlefield guy. But just because I've been always a Battlefield guy, doesn't mean I did not enjoy Call of Duty for what it is. Because, hey, believe it or not, you can enjoy Battlefield and Call of Duty at the same time. Because they're different franchises with different ideas and mechanics, all that kind of stuff. Sure, they can borrow something from each other, but hey, they're both interesting franchises that I really enjoy. So, I also host Battlefield 1 Podcast, which is a very successful Battlefield related podcast. And yeah, you know what? I was thinking bringing this podcast back for months now, just because I'm like, I do want to talk about stuff that is happening with, with the whole Call of Duty franchise. I completely missed Black Ops 6 and 7. Well, I didn't miss it. I did play them. But yeah, lots of things happened with those games, and lots of things happened in my life, and lots of things happened with the Battlefield, for example. Like I said, I do weekly episodes on Battlefield, so that took priority because that was the more important podcast, bigger audience, that's the game I play more, and all my friends are there, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, but the reason I was thinking bringing this podcast back is because I still care about Call of Duty for many different reasons, but I had to admit that, hey, I lost interest in this franchise, right? Like, when Black Ops 6 came out, I was kind of on the fence for many different reasons, because I'll go straight to the point. I really enjoyed Modern Warfare 3 for what it was. It was not perfect, don't get me wrong, but I enjoyed Modern Warfare 3 when it was, happening. The World Series of Warzone was happening. That's the last episode I did about it, because it's just me and some, friends decided to play the qualifiers for the World Series of Warzone. Of course, we did not qualify because we're not that good, but just the fact we participate and we almost finished in the top 1,000, best team in Europe. And I mean, that's a good thing, I don't, people love to, especially Call of Duty audience, the big boys and everything, like, oh yeah, you didn't even finish in top 500, you're shit. Well, that's not the point. Like, there's millions of players playing Call of Duty, and it's just like, yeah, finishing in the top 1,000 in Europe, when it comes to Call of Duty, just like in Warzone, that's a good thing. I mean, I don't care. Like, it's small victories, right? For us, it was just, we were there for the experience. We were there for the experience, and it was really fun. But anyway, that's the last time I actually played COD on a somewhat religious level, and Black Ops 6 comes out. So before Black Ops 6 even came out, there was loads of things happening in my life that just like, I had to kind of cut loose some friends from my life, because there's a bigger story here, but that's not the point. But they were the bigger Call of Duty group that we always played, right? So if you want to know about that, I don't know, you can just go on my Patreon, patreon.com/Lanky Soldier. We have like 60 plus episodes talking about stuff and early access to other episodes. So anyways, there's a bigger story here I don't want to explain, and you don't care because you're just here for the Call of Duty talk 2 years later. 2 years later, I was like, you know what, let's make a new episode. Fuck it. It's been a while. Fuck it. I don't care how it does in numbers and everything. Who gives a flying fuck? Who gives a flying fuck? So yeah. So if you listen to this podcast 2 years ago, you kind of know what to expect from this type of show, this type of podcast. And I always host by myself, and It's because most of my friends don't play Call of Duty. They don't, and Black Ops 6 was the turning point for everyone, and even for me. When, for example, I'm more like a Warzone guy than a multiplayer guy. I enjoy Call of Duty multiplayer for what it is, but Call of Duty multiplayer is gonna keep me entertained for so long. I'm just like, I need something more. And Warzone was that thing that hooked me to keep playing Call of Duty non-fucking stop, which is great. But Black Ops 6 was like, just something about it was so wrong. Especially the Warzone update when it came out. The Warzone update was just like, oh wow, this is absolute dog shit. There's some good stuff that happened with Black Ops 6 Warzone update, but majority of it is just like, why are we wasting time on this? It just, we kind of having a reset after reset after reset, even though the content doesn't disappear, but there's a bigger story here. Anyway, there's loads of, like this thing, there's loads of things to talk about Call of Duty that happened in the last 2 years. I don't think I can actually squeeze everything in this one episode. And if you stick around and listen to me talk about Call of Duty, thank you so much. And the reason why I even decided to bring it back is because I've been checking the stats of this podcast, what's happening, what if people are listening and so on. And to my surprise, people do listen to those last 8 episodes, and I'm like, oh wow, people actually did enjoy listening to what I have to say. I mean, granted, the retention levels were not that high for obvious reasons because, hey, it's just one guy talking about Call of Duty. Who gives a shit, right? Who gives a shit, right? But the reason I was thinking bringing it back is because I do listen to other podcasts. I host a podcast. So I like to listen to other podcasts because I want to know what people are feel about a specific video game or whatever the case may be, right? I enjoy a good conversation, especially it kind of helps me to listen to something at work, and like, instead of me doing boring ass work and just be bored to death, at least I can listen something while I work, and kind of keeps my brain active in a good way. So I listen to other podcasts. And when it comes to Call of Duty podcasting, there's literally Call of Duty podcasts. Well, there were a couple of Call of Duty podcasts that I always listened, but one of them just became a shitpost podcast, and now they're not even a Call of Duty podcast anymore. So, and it's not like I care about Call of Duty that much. It's not like I don't care about other games, but at the same time, there's nothing out there that promotes Call of Duty. Well, the promote is the wrong way. The more like they talk about Call of Duty in a reasonable way with research and everything, because not everything is black and white. That's the thing. Not everything is black and white. That's the thing that people have to understand. Same thing goes with Battlefield, right? The reason our Battlefield-related podcast is so successful is because we don't talk about just like the news and everything and so on, and just all shit on developers for whatever they do. No, it's because we look at nuance, we look at context, we look at everything's going on, no matter how frustrating it can be. It's never black and white. And all the podcasts I was listening to, I just don't do Call of Duty anymore, or they just bitch about Call of Duty, and I'm like, okay, don't get me wrong, there's nothing good to talk about Call of Duty in the last 2 years, Black Ops 6 and Black Ops 7, when not, yeah, those games, they lost me as a player, which it's kind of hard to imagine that ever happening, but hey, that happened. But hey, thankfully Battlefield 6 came out and actually did interest me in a good way. And I still play Battlefield 6 because Battlefield 6 is a good game, no matter what people think. Especially Call of Duty audience, like, oh no, Battlefield 6, who gives a shit? And Red Sec and everything, like, no, I still I played Red Sec, for example, on my own free will, believe it or not. So I enjoy it because it offers something different and something unique, and it's something that is a bit not ridiculous like Warzone these days, right? Like Black Ops Royale. I did play Black Ops Royale, believe it or not. I did. The last time I played Call of Duty, maybe it was like 2 months ago, when Black Ops Royale came out, when the solos thing came out, because I tried to play squads. I played one game, all of them quit mid-game, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not playing Black Ops Royale quads until they add solos. Then they added solos, great. Then they added bots into the solos playlist, not great. So I'm like, okay, so it kind of defeats the purpose now. So I played like 2 rounds and I'm like, nah, I'm done. Black Ops Royale is not for me. I don't really care because this is just There's a reason why Black Ops was not that popular back in the day, no matter what people say. I'm just like, nah, this is not for me. This just, I'm not touching this. So I just went back to Black Ops 6 as usual, and I'm like, yep, I having more fun in Red Sec than I ever had in Black Ops Royale. Until they had fucking casual battle royale. But anyway, so yeah, I was checking the stats if people listen to Call of Duty, to this podcast, and people do listen, and I'm like, you know what? I might as well try to be that change in the Call of Duty audience, that do love to listen to Call of Duty Relay podcast. I'm by myself hosting this is because, like I said, my friends don't play Call of Duty. Most of my friends are Battlefield players, and majority of them are boomers and can't even hold their own sometimes, which is unfortunate. And just me here trying to play Red Sec Ranked, which is quite a struggle playing in quads, but that's a different story another time. But yeah, most of my friends don't play Call of Duty, and when it comes to, for example, Modern Warfare 4 was announced, and they showed the Modern Warfare trailer, they showed, the details came out about the new game and everything, and I'm like, wow, that actually looks pretty good, looks interesting. Of course, not everything is perfect. It feels like we go in the same, broken loop, I guess, just non-stop. Like, oh yeah, hype and everything, good updates. We're listening to your feedback, guys. We're gonna do something, and then the game comes out, and it's basically the same fucking shit. Like, oh yeah, feedback is not addressed. Something's gonna break. Then the skins come out that are ridiculous and magical, all that kind of stuff. I don't think it's gonna happen with Modern Warfare 4 because even Modern Warfare 2, even though I hate that game with passion, it kind of kept its aesthetic to its universe. That's the thing. Like, I don't care about the skins in game as long as there's some sort of aesthetic that makes sense in that universe, in that game. Modern Warfare 2 kind of stick to that aesthetic. Like, even Nicki Minaj, right? No matter what you think about Nicki in fucking Modern Warfare 2 or Call of Duty in general, at least she was somewhat part of that aesthetic, which kind of made it okay, acceptable. It wasn't that bad. And then you look at Black Ops 6 and Black Ops 7, they're just like, Black Ops 6 was the worst. Like, Beavis and Butthead, and then American Dad, and then some other magical stuff and skins and everything. And I'm like, what is this? What is this? I'm like, I'm so done. Anyway, why are you talking about skins? But yeah, I'm just like, you know what? I want to be the change in the Call of Duty audience, and I hope you will accept me as your own, in a sense, that enjoys Call of Duty for what it is and understands Call of Duty, pays attention to what's going on with Call of Duty, even though I haven't played the game. And no, I haven't played Call of Duty for like months now. Like, the last time I played, like I said, Black Ops Royale, and I'm like, eh. And the last time I played Black Ops 7 was literally when the game came out. I prestiged to like till level prestige 2, and that's it. I'm just like, you know what, I'm done. I played for a week, like for a couple hours, prestige to level 2, prestige 2. That's the most I played, and I'm like, nah, Black Ops 7 is not for me. It's just like, yeah, it's a good game for what it is, but I'm like, I played this game for so many years in different games. This is the same game from 10 years ago. It's the same thing, just with more than updated graphics and more than mechanics. And I'm like, I don't care. It's the same fucking thing. But yeah, I kind of want to be the change, maybe like, hey, let's talk about Call of Duty from a neutral point of view. Let's talk about the games and what they've been doing for the last 2-3 years. Hey, is Modern Warfare 4 has any future? Is it gonna be the same shit like with Modern Warfare 3 or Modern Warfare 2 or Black Ops 6 or 7? What's the next year's game? Are we still sticking with the annual games? Are we? Okay. What's the future with Warzone? Alright, DMZ is coming out. Cool. Is there any future there? I personally don't really care about DMZ, but that's me. But hey, if people love it, people love it. I mean, who am I to judge? But I'm like, what's the point in any of this? That's the thing, what's the point? But just because I looked at the stats and people do listen and they care what I have to say, weirdly enough, which is kind of weird. I'm glad you care what I have to say. But I'm like, you know what? Let me try to be a change, that positive change in the community, and try to make an episode. And is this podcast gonna continue making episodes from now on? I'll be honest with you guys. I'll see how this episode's gonna do. I'll see how people react to it. I'll see how Modern Warfare 4 is gonna go. maybe I can do this every 2 weeks. I'm not gonna do this every week. I'm telling you right now, I'm not gonna do this every week because that's not happening. Because again, I am already hosting another episode. I have a full-time job. I kind of need to keep up with that, and adding another podcast show on top, including the Patreon stuff that I have to do to because people pay for the for my content on Patreon. So I'm like, no, I kind of have to keep up. And just adding another show on top is just like on a weekly basis, it's just unreasonable for me personally. Unless I get some help, because I already need help with other shows and other stuff that's happening in the background. I already need help, a lot of help. But I do want to talk about Call of Duty just because I feel like I want to talk about it. Because it's just like loads of things are happening and maybe there's a bit of hope for the franchise in some shape or form. Now, of course, a day later, this has been recorded literally 24 hours after the reveal happened. 24 hours after the reveal happened. And I'm like, I want to talk about this, but at the same time, I thought about it, like, is this the same thing that we experienced before? What's the future for this franchise? Is there any point covering it? But I do think there's something to cover just because I want to be that positive influence on the community. Because all other podcasts, I just don't talk about Call of Duty anymore, or they don't want to talk about Call of Duty, or they just bitch about Call of Duty. But like I said, nothing good to talk about Call of Duty these days, especially when it comes to Black Ops 7. Like, yeah. So yeah, I want to be that positive change when it comes to like Call of Duty. Like I said, it's not gonna be a weekly episode. Maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, depending what's happening and so on. Next episode, I will do a episode about Modern Warfare 4 because there's loads of things that happened. That I want to discuss because I am familiar with everything that's been happening in Call of Duty since 2019. Like, since I played every Call of Duty since then. Like, even if it was just for a week, like Black Ops 7. And I want to talk about it. I want to see if we can have some good discussions about it. But yeah, the last 2 years, I just lost interest in Call of Duty 4 because I did not see the future. I did not see the future of this franchise. Black Ops 6 maybe was like some sort of nice starting point and a little reset from the franchise. Maybe like, okay, we're back on track. We're finally back on track. Maybe we can do something. But then the Warzone update happened, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's not happening. It was shit registration, like dying behind corners. Hit regis was fucking garbage. Netcode was absolute dog shit. The movement felt sluggish, even with Omni movement, all that kind of stuff, which is cool and all that kind of, it was cool. But it just felt so bad, not fun, and just felt really, what's the word I'm looking for? Visually, the game did not change that much, but it kind of did. But it's just like, it did not feel good whatsoever. It did not feel good whatsoever. And then Black Ops 7, some good updates on Warzone. I mean, okay, for example, Black Ops 6 multiplayer, before I go to Warzone. Black Ops 6 multiplayer just completely lost me in terms of gameplay. I'm like, what are we doing here? Just like, I think I did reach Prestige Master in Black Ops 6, but mostly because of Warzone, because I was playing ranked, non-fucking stop, because I really enjoy ranked in Warzone. So I managed to reach I did manage to reach Prestige 10, like the Prestige Master, whatever. 200, 300 something level Prestige Master. So that's the most I played in Black Ops 6 because of Warzone. When it comes to multiplayer Black Ops 6, oh my god, they was so not fun. I hated the maps, I hated the guns, I hated the visuals, I hated the aesthetic, the whole Black Ops franchise, like the story, the aesthetic and everything. I just dislike it to oblivion because I think it's just so stupid looking. It's just such a stupid looking franchise. It just is. It's just like nothing about Black Ops. I don't care about your, people say, oh, the single player is good. I played 3 missions on the single player. I'm like, nah, I'm done. Because I understand what they're going for with Black Ops, 6, or just the aesthetic and the themes and all that kind of stuff. Like, I get what they were going for, but it was just so not interesting. I'm like, bruh, we've been here 10, 15 years ago. What are we doing? Why are we still doing this? Like, just the fact we have Black Ops 7 in the first place. Just like 7 Black Ops 7 games That's I'm like, and just calling it Black Ops 7 alone is just like puts me. It's I'm done. I'm so done. Like, don't get me wrong, Modern Warfare 4. Like, oh yeah, another Modern Warfare game. Let's go, right? At least Modern Warfare, at least Infinity Ward. No matter what you think about them, no matter what you think about Infinity Ward, whether you like them or hate them, that's not the point. But I try to look at things differently from with the context and nuance. 2019 Modern Warfare was a good Call of Duty game. I mean, people might disagree, but it was a good Call of Duty game. Brought a lot of attention back, brought the franchise from the dead, basically. It brought a lot of attention back, and in a good way. And if you're sure, the certain maps were not that good, but when you like look at the whole package and play certain modes and everything, and if you start playing TDMs, the game is really, really, really good. Now, I did play Modern Warfare 2019, was it 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, when it was on sale? A month ago, something like that, when it was on sale. But I was like, you know what? Let me reinstall the game. And because it was like it was having more players than the actual Call of Duty game, the newest Call of Duty game. I'm like, oh yeah, let's go. So I did play the Modern Warfare 2019 like a month ago when it was on sale, just because I want to experience that again. Yeah, the game looks still beautiful, but when it comes to mechanics, yeah, I don't think it aged that well. That's what it. I don't think it aged that well. That's for sure. Then Modern Warfare 2. Oh my god! If you listened to the first 8 episodes of this podcast 2 years ago, you do know that I extremely disliked Modern Warfare 2 for many different reasons, because it's just, well, I think I don't have to tell you those reasons, because the game was slower, it was clunky, and it's like Modern Warfare 2 in general was so undercooked. Like, even I would probably like the game more if it was actually properly cooked and finished, because when the game came out, Modern Warfare 2, it felt unfinished. And that's the thing, it felt really unfinished. Loads of things that you were expecting from Call of Duty that time, you would expect like to be in a good spot and somewhat like loads of features and everything they're able to use, but no, it just felt really unfinished, which I really did not enjoy. Like, and of course, don't get me started about the visual recall and all that kind of stuff. That just ruined my mood entirely. But just the fact that the game felt unfinished, which it was really unfinished. I don't care what people say, the HUD element, the UI, the menus, and everything. Listen, it was a very amateurish game. It felt it had no vision. It was just let's put everything together and see what we have. That type of game. That's how it felt to me. And then Modern Warfare 3 came out, which I think was supposed to be the true Modern Warfare 2 game, honestly. That was supposed to be the sequel to 2019 in Modern Warfare. That was the game that was like, yes, okay, we have classic maps, we have new maps. The game feels good. Mechanics feel good. Like, the shooting feels good. The HUD feels, like, it's not perfect, but it was okay, right? Modern Warfare 3 is one of my favorite Call of Duty games because it just felt really good. The maps are good. The guns feel amazing. You know what? Even the most ridiculous skins in Modern Warfare 3 were actually good and interesting to look at. And then the weeklies and the aftermarket parts and all that kind of stuff. The whole game felt good. They literally took Modern Warfare 2 and they just improved on it. And it was, hey, we call Modern Warfare 3. Because originally it was supposed to be an expansion, It was supposed to be an expansion to Modern Warfare 2, but something Activision changed. So now we have a full game, and I think they would do much better if they literally just made an expansion. I think that would be a different narrative. But it became a full game. Of course, the single player. I mean, I did not hate the single player. A lot of people hated the single player for Modern Warfare 3. I'm like, hey, you know what? I think it had some cool stuff in there. It's not perfect, don't get me wrong. It had some moments that are just like really questionable, but overall, I think people overhated the single player. That's my opinion. Don't get me wrong, it was not good, but I think people overhated it a bit too much. Because, well, you want to tell me that I mean, sure, like the hindsight 2020, but for example, which one is better, Modern Warfare 3 or Black Ops 7 single player? Modern Warfare 3 any day. Black Ops 7 single player can suck dick, honestly. Just like, I'm sorry, just absolute dog shit single player. Like, no. Absolute dog shit. Everything about Black Ops 7 is just fucking dog shit. The only good thing about Black Ops 7 is maybe the multiplayer and Warzone update. Maybe that's it, but that's a Warzone is entirely like, yeah. And I don't know if you guys noticed that I talked about Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 mostly because Modern Warfare 4 is coming around the corner. You guys, I don't know if you noticed, I haven't talked about Cold War or Vanguard or what's the well, I did talk about Black Ops 6. For example, Cold War, hated it. Vanguard, did I hate it, but did not like it. It was just like, just nothing burger, basically. Then we have Modern Warfare 2. Yeah, I hated that game for many different reasons. I tried to like it, but I really disliked it. Modern Warfare 3, loved it for many different reasons. And Warzone on Modern Warfare 3, fantastic. It was really fantastic. I really loved it. I loved the mechanics. Even, you know what, I don't care about the map, like Uzbekistan or whatever. You know what, I liked it. Even that was like, okay, I really enjoyed. Now I'm thinking about it back in the, 2 years later, simmering all my thoughts properly. I'm like, yeah, I kind of enjoy what Modern Warfare 3 was, and I enjoy the Modern Warfare 3 Warzone because it just felt really, really good. It just needed a rank mode on top, which we got a rank mode with Black Ops 6, funny enough, but that was not the same. Completely not the same. Just Black Ops 6 completely ruined the whole joy for me in Call of Duty, even though somehow I managed to reach Prestige Master in that game. I don't know. I was forcing myself to play that game. I was really forcing myself to play Warzone with Black Ops 6. I really forced myself. I never reached beyond Platinum because I'm like, I don't feel like it. Oh my god, and the cheating that was so fucking bad in Black Ops 6 and, Black Ops 6 Warzone. It was so fucking bad. I'm like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. I just don't want to. And because none of my friends played Call of Duty anymore, they just literally didn't play Call of Duty anymore. I'm like, I don't want to play this ever again. It's like, why I'm wasting time playing this by myself, trying to, playing ranked or playing multiplayer, whatever the case may be. Like, what's the point? What's the point? I'm not playing this. Like, I just don't care. And Black Ops 7, oh my god, Black Ops 7, Jesus Christ. So, like, keep in mind, I was going into Black Ops 7 completely not interested. I was already out. I was already tuned out because I don't care about Black Ops 7. Battlefield 6 is around the corner. I'm gonna play that shit of it because like I said, I'm a Battlefield guy. I host a Battlefield related podcast, and I'm like, I know I'll focus on Battlefield 6, and then RedSec is coming. I'll play RedSec and in the multiplayer, all that kind of stuff. And 800 hours later, I still love Battlefield for what it is. Sure, it has problems. It has some shit problems that I just want to slap the developers so fucking hard because for the decisions they make sometimes. But at least there's some improvements happening, and I know we're not getting I don't know if we get a new game next year, but hey, Battlefield 6 is a good game. I love it, and I'm enjoying it so much. Now, sometimes developers make some stupid decisions about that game, but that's a different story. You should listen to Battlefield 1 podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or Audible, whatever. Listen to Battlefield 1 podcast. If you want to know about Battlefield, go listen to that because we're very active there, very on every new episode every week. So that's that. So I was already tuned out from Black Ops 7. I just like, I don't care about the maps, I don't care about the lore, I don't care about the aesthetics. You know what, aesthetics for Black Ops 7 were actually okay. I kinda enjoyed the aesthetic of Black Ops 7. I like the menu, I like the guns, I like the, the whole presentation. The presentation was fine, For Black Ops 7, the presentation was, it was fine. I had no problems whatsoever. I just like, you know what, aesthetic is fine. Gameplay, sure, typical. It's Call of Duty, right? It's very smooth, it's very responsive, and all the kind of stuff. That's great. But after playing Black Ops 7 for I don't know, for like 3 hours maybe, I don't know how long it takes for you to reach Prestige 2 in Black Ops 7. I don't know how many hours. And I had all the tokens in there. Oh my god, I forgot. I know people really enjoy the fact that Activision announced that, oh yeah, we're not gonna do carry forward from Black Ops 6 to Black Ops 7 because we want to keep the aesthetic of Black Ops 7. Uh-huh. Yeah, my ass. So that did not stay. They of course continued releasing ridiculous skins. Sure, they kept the aesthetic somewhat true to the aesthetic. They kept the aesthetic true to the universe they have there. Sure, but as time went on, especially now, they start releasing some really goofy shit, and I'm like, guys, we know what you're doing. We understand that the goofy skins are the biggest sellers. We get that, but I think canceling carry forward for Black Ops 7 was not the way to go. And I'm like, that kind of ruined my some small interest I had for Black Ops 7. Like, look, it's a good game. Don't get me wrong, but I played this game many times in many different games in different Call of Duties. I'm like, this is the same shit I've been playing for the last 10-15 years, and I'm like, I don't want to play the same thing over and over again. And I think I don't remember who was it. Was it T-Dog from the other Call of Duty podcast? Was it Going Dark podcast or whatever? I listened to them just because I don't care what people say about Call of Duty and all that kind of stuff. And I listened to them, and he said, I think him or his co-host said that, hey, it's the Call of Duty is kind of becoming like this nostalgia bait type of franchise. This is for whole Call of Duty franchise just is nostalgia bait. And he's not wrong, because realistically, who gives a shit about Black Ops, characters in general? Honestly, who gives a shit? I'm not gonna talk about the Black Ops 7 single player in general, but like the whole aesthetic of Black Ops, the whole Black Ops sub franchise. Who even gives a shit? Like, yeah, there was some good games back in 2011 or 12 whenever Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 came out, and some people like maybe Black Ops 3, like. Sure. Some cool characters came out back then, maybe some cool games, and people still defend those games. And sure, you know what? That's fine. It's the same way I defend Black Ops. That's the same way I will defend Battlefield 3 and 4 for being for what they are. I get where they're coming from. But 15 years later, literally, who gives a shit about Woods or what's his name, Mason, I guess? Like, realistically, who gives a shit about them 15 years later? I don't, because I never cared about Black Ops, but that's me. But there's like the younger generation of gamers or whatever that gives me, who gives a shit about your Black Ops characters? It's like that's why I always dislike Treyarch games in general, because all their fucking games, no matter if they had if the leaks are true about them basically having no time to make Black Ops games or whatever, because they always been thrown around to help out with other studios, and Infinity Ward is Activision's favorite child. You know what? After I get the loads of things happening in the background, and it's not perfect, and they have to work with something. But I do not believe that they couldn't make something more interesting than their fucking Black Ops fucking franchises. I do not believe they couldn't make something better. I do not believe they couldn't make something better. And maybe that's why Activision's favorite child is Infinity Ward, and they get more passes than Treyarch or Sledgehammer, because, hey, at least Infinity Ward games not only sell, but they produce something unique and different, and something that pushes the franchise forward, whether you like it or hate it. Like, sure, don't get me wrong, Modern Warfare 2 is a piece of shit game, but it did some things that was different. At least they had a vision, some sort of, even though I said that the game was like a mishmash of everything, but who knows what was happening in the background, because they had to rebuild the engine, for Warzone, all that kind of stuff. I also think what's happening in the background, so I get it. Like I said, there's loads of nuance and context. When it comes to Black Ops games, I'm like, guys, you're not pushing the franchise forward. You just stay on the same fucking shit, non-fucking stop, and flip-flop in between, your Cold Wars and your fucking futuristic stuff. And what do we achieve here? What do, like, what do we? I don't care about Menendez being a fucking hologram or some vision or whatever. Oh my god! Don't get me started about the characters in fucking Black Ops games. I hate every single character in Black Ops games. I just do. It's just like nothing about it interesting. So imagine me playing Black Ops 6, Black Ops 7, and you try to and you're still pushing the same fucking shit to me that we experienced 15 years ago. Sure, you can have your Omni movements, you can have your futuristic aesthetic, you can have your fucking Black Ops characters, but what do you do to progress this franchise forward? Sure, okay, you added prestige back. Cool, all right, I'll give you that. Sure. What else? I don't know, like nothing. Like Treyarch Games never pushed, Treyarch Studios or games, or whatever they're called, Treyarch, or just Treyarch. Treyarch never pushed Call of Duty franchise forward, at least for the last 5-10 years, because what are you doing? Like, you didn't do anything different that just like makes me interested in the franchise, Hey, Infinity Ward, they might fuck up sometimes with their really ridiculous ideas, but at least they stick with it and they kind of have a vision what they want and they try to work around it, like just to appeal it to everyone else. I hate Modern Warfare 2. Don't get me wrong, I hate it. But I will respect them for trying something different. And now we look at Modern Warfare 4. I'm like, okay, this is good. Oh yeah, okay, we have red dots on the minimap or whatever, somewhat good aesthetic towards, the game. The aesthetic looks so far good. Kind of gives me Modern Warfare. You know what? The best comparison I have for Modern Warfare 4, I think it's a good. It's if I had to compare it to another game, I'm getting the same feeling I was getting with Battlefield 4 back in the day. And for anyone that doesn't play Battlefield or never play Battlefield 4, so we had this good era in Battlefield 3, something like built from the future, something to build for the future, right? Like we have the foundation to do something better. And Battlefield 4 was basically like, yeah, it's Battlefield 3, but just improved a little bit. There's a revision happening, like, oh yeah, we're taking the things a bit further, and it has that aesthetic that is different from the old one, but it's like it has that yellow filter on it, and because it tries to stick to that aesthetic. And Modern Warfare 4 is literally that to me. Like they're trying to do something different, but at the same time they're trying to go back to the same thing. So it's like I don't know what to call it. Like try to appeal to everyone at this point. So which Battlefield 4 tried to appeal to everyone. It tried to appeal to the casuals and the hardcore people. And Modern Warfare 4 seems like it's the same thing. It tries to appeal to the casuals and it tries to appeal to the hardcore players. So that's my biggest worry with Modern Warfare 4, that we might have, a pot of everything happening the same. And I think it will be a good game from what I heard. From what I heard, people I really enjoyed. So, yeah, it's just, yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to Modern Warfare 4, and I was thinking literally making, like I said, I was thinking bringing this podcast back before the announcement of Modern Warfare 4, but that's a bit too late. So I realized, you know what, it's time to bring it 24 hours later after the reveal, after I have my thoughts somewhat simmered. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Modern Warfare 4 for many different reasons. So far, sounds everything good, but again, back in my mind, because we experienced that with Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, 2019 Modern Warfare, Cold War, and Vanguard, and Modern Warfare 3, and Black Ops 6, Black Ops 7, right? What's the future? Also, for example, Warzone. I still prefer to play Warzone than multiplayer. What's the future for Warzone? I know they talk about DMZ and everything, but I'm telling you right now, I never cared about extraction shooters. I never cared about, those modes, because I tried DMZ. I tried Arena, Breakout, whatever it's called. Then, of course, Tarkov and other games, other those extraction modes and shooters. I'd never tried Arc Raiders because I already knew I'm not going to be interested in that for long. So I'm like, I never bought the game. So I'm like, yeah, I don't care. Yeah, I was invited to play the alpha, the playtest and everything. I'm like, nah. It's not my type of game. It's just like, I don't care about exchange shooters. So DMZ, sure, everything can change because I never cared about Battle Royale games until Warzone. Maybe DMZ can be this, maybe can change my mind, but I don't know. I don't think it will, just because I don't see the point. I don't see the end game in extraction shooters. Other than do a couple of missions, do a couple of things, unlock some rewards, and call it. So yeah, I don't know. Let's see how the DMZ does for me. Warzone though, Warzone. That's the interesting bit. Like, what are they gonna do with Warzone? What are they gonna do with the future of Warzone? Warzone is not going anywhere. That's for sure. They did announce that they're not doing. They're gonna literally drop support for old gen consoles. And when I say drop support, I'm not talking like, oh yeah, just leave it in the background and just rot. No, they're just literally gonna say, they literally said, oh, you can't download Warzone anymore on those old platforms. I'm like, okay, first and foremost, great, finally, 5 years later, you're finally doing that. Great, I love it. It's long overdue. But so now because of that, now I'm thinking, okay, so you're just removing access from those old gen consoles. So, but what's gonna happen with Warzone now? Are we sticking with the same idea that, hey, it's a reset? We're gonna remove all content you earned before from the game. This is a fresh new start because it's Infinity Ward, all that kind of stuff. And I don't know. You know what? I kind of hope they don't remove all the content from. They're just gonna keep going, and like people gonna bitch about, oh, there's so much bloat and everything. Is there? Who gives a shit? Because the way, for example, works right now in Warzone, right now with Black Ops 7, you have to really make sure that you go and find your old stuff. It's not that easy to access, and you know what? It's fine if people want to use old shit. That's fine. Let them use old shit. I have no problem with that. I kind of want to use old shit once in a while because like it's cool, It's cool, like, your blueprints and camos and everything you earned over the last years, your emblems, your avatars or your banners. You know what? It's kind of cool. I like that, because it kind of, showcase, it rewards you for that dedication you have for all those years for playing the game, which I kind of like, which is great. I hope they're not gonna remove all the content from Warzone and they're just gonna continue going. It's like, yeah, as soon as Modern Warfare 4 is out and Warzone gets an update, Season 1, they add Modern Warfare content into the game. I hope they do the same thing as they did with Black Ops 7. Just like, hey, you want your legacy content? Just go to this tab, press a couple of buttons, and then you can go through your legacy tab and find your weapons you want. And it's still there. You have your Black Ops 6, Black Ops 7, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 weapons. Keep it there. It's fine. Keep it there. If they can somehow make the game, you have that without bloating the game too much, that it's like under 100 gigs, do whatever you can. It's fine, keep your skins and everything. I have no problem with that, like, because I think it's kind of rewards you, because it's a free-to-play game. When you launch Fortnite or you launch PUBG or you launch some other game, right, your content is still there that you earned 5 years ago. So why Call of Duty is supposed to be different? And that's what gets to me, that Call of Duty audience just are the most anti-consumer audience ever. They're happy to eat slop non-fucking stop. They're happy to receive slop all the fucking time and just be happy about it. Yeah, like, yeah, we don't need carry forward because I want to, the aesthetic. Like, I'm telling you right now, the people, majority of the time, not all the time, but majority of the time, the people don't want old stuff to carry over to the new game. Usually don't play the game for more than couple of rounds and leave the game, like a couple of days or whatever. Like they play for a little bit and they drop the game entirely until the new game is out. That's how they work. Of course, not everyone. Everyone will be like, why we need all this bloat? But then again, you don't have to interact with that bloat because it's so away from you in the menus. You can't even interact with it properly because every time the new Warzone is happening, it's always focused on the current game. And if you want your old stuff, you can use your stuff. Like, doesn't mean it's gonna be good stuff, but hey, it's still there for nostalgia reasons. And you know what? It's fine. I see no problem. Of course, I would love them to rebalance some stuff, which they did with Black Ops 7, with the old legacy stuff, which is nice. I'm glad. But my idea, I don't know if they're ever gonna do that because I think it's too complicated for them to do that. But the way I would approach this for the future. So people bought blueprints, right? People bought skins and everything. The problem is always been the blueprints because, hey, it's the gun, right? The gun, the specific gun and all that kind of stuff. Listen, I think the way you should do is blueprints or attachments and everything, they always should be just cosmetic stuff. Like, realistically, so how many AKs do we need? Realistically, how many AKs do we need? Do we need AKs like in each game? We have an AK in Modern Warfare 2, we have in Modern Warfare 3, we have an AK in, like, I think we have an AK in each fucking game since Modern Warfare 2. Like, I'm pretty sure. Why do we need, in Warzone, why do we need so many different AKs from different games when they kind of serve the similar purpose? So what about, instead of, porting the stats and the attachments to these games, blueprints and all that kind of stuff, why not make all this into skins? Make the blueprints default skins into the current game you have. Hey, Modern Warfare 4 has an AK. Alright, it has an AK, cool. And you can apply any blueprint you want on that AK, but it functions as a Modern Warfare 4 AK. You have your skins from Black Ops 6, Black Ops 7, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, wherever the case may be, right? You have these blueprints that you bought or earned, whatever the case may be, right? And it just, in those guns, just become blueprints, become skins for the current AK that we have in Modern Warfare 4. And then the new game comes out, it has a new AK. The AK is that now, and all the Modern Warfare 4, Black Ops 6, and so on, becomes that AK, just the skin. Make them into skins. And because they're skins, you can apply any stats you want, and it's fine. People will bitch, oh, it ruined my attachments. Like, you know what? Fuck, dude, forget about that. Forget about your specific stats or whatever the case may be. It's just skins at this point. Your camos and everything, let me use on every fucking gun. Let me use on everything I can attach to. Make it universal. That's what Warzone needs to be. It doesn't have to worry about story. It doesn't have to be worried about something else. You can add some, tidbit stories and then so on. That's fine. We don't have to explain why Beavis and Butthead is still in Warzone. Who gives a shit? Just make the games function correctly, that it does feel that you're actually being rewarded for your time playing this game. So if you earn some blueprint from many, many years ago from some certain game, don't worry. No matter what current game we have right now in Call of Duty, right now, let's say the next Sledgehammer game that, I don't know, some Kung Fu something, that there was some leaks about some fighting style. I know, it's some very interesting game. So let's say in a year, Sledgehammer game is coming out, it has a fucking AK, and hey, all the Modern Warfare skins that you earn, in Modern Warfare 4, to that AK, including other previous games, it just becomes skins to the current Call of Duty. I'm pretty sure they can make a system that can be interchangeable, updated, non-fucking stop. I'm pretty sure they can come up with something. I'm pretty sure they can come up with something. I'm pretty certain. What about oh yeah, this attachment doesn't work with this skin or whatever. Alright, just add the attachment, but don't show it in the skin, because don't show in the blueprint, whatever, because keep the blueprint as it is. Or whatever the case may be. I'm pretty sure they can find a way. There's a way. There's always a way to do this without feeling, oh, it's bloat. I think they can do it. But yeah, I've been talking about Warzone for a while. But yeah, I still enjoy Warzone, but I haven't. Black Ops Royale, ooh. Okay, for the last, 5-10 minutes, sure, even talk about it. Black Ops Royale, oh my god, what? As soon as that was announced, I low-key was excited when they announced it. I'm like, okay, something new, something different. And then Avalon came out, with Black Ops Royale. I haven't played normal Battle Royale on Avalon since it got released, because there's no fucking solos and duos. Which, funny enough, that's what Battlefield Studios doing with their fucking RedSec. Oh, they finally adding solos in a couple of days. Well, next week, they're adding solos to RedSec. Finally, 8 months later, they're finally adding solos to fucking RedSec. We're gonna rotate duos and solos just to see how people react to it. Like, why are you rotating modes like that? Keep them on together. I don't give a shit how many players are playing solos. Oh, only 5,000 people play solos, while, I don't know, 30,000 play duos. I don't give a shit. If the matchmaking is a bit longer, a minute or two longer, I don't give a shit. Put me on a fucking solo server, please. Or duos. Why is it so hard to keep the fucking? I don't like. They try to like. Okay, with Call of Duty, they try with the skill-based matchmaking. They're trying to put like some sort of data behind it and everything. So try to matchmake with the right players and everything. Why are you making this so fucking complicated? You know, this with skill-based matchmaking, and that's why I haven't played Warzone for a while. Because, for example, as far as I know, they still don't have solos in fucking Warzone. You know what? Let's check now. Quickly, let's open Twitter or fucking X, whatever. Let's see, Raven. Let's see, Raven. What's the playlist for this fucking week? Let's see. All right, season 4 news. I don't care. What's the playlist for this fucking week? Do we have solos? Here we go. Let's see. All right, playlist update. Okay, this was posted 9th of April. So we have solos for Black Ops Royale and quads. Normal that's for Avalon only. So Black Ops Royale. Battle Royale normal, only for quads. Avalon and Verdansk rotation. Hey, we finally have rotation in Call of Duty, in Warzone. Fantastic, fucking love it. Can't play only quad. Can only play quads. Resurgence, solos, duos, and quads. Why? Rank play, only Resurgence. And Battle Royale casual. Why is this playlist? This is why I haven't played Warzone for a while, because the playlist are fucking shit. Absolute dog shit playlist. And me with no friends, you know, how sad you may be, but when it comes to Call of Duty friends, I have no friends, and it kind of would be weird to, you know, link up with other older friends that for example, in Qualif is like, hey, hi guys, you still playing COD? I mean, don't get me wrong, they'll probably be nice to me, but like, do I really want to be that awkward guy? You know, just like, hey, I need some friends, please play Call of Duty with me. Like, do I want to be that guy? No, I don't want to be that guy. So yeah, so for me, as a solo player that enjoys Call of Duty for what it is, for me, they're not helping me to enjoy Call of Duty. That's why I haven't touched Call of Duty for many months now, because I'm like, what's the fucking point? You don't respect me as a player, so I'm not gonna respect you as a game. Like, why is with Battlefield Studios and Activision just doing this fucking shit with the Battle Royales, making playlists as such stupid decisions with playlists. Players don't enjoy Warzone that much. I wonder why. Because you don't have the playlist to accommodate them. I don't understand. Like, that's what, like, there's no solos or duos for these. Like, sure, there's loads of modes to play, don't get me wrong, but Jesus Christ, don't you have millions of players playing your game anyway? Yeah, so Warzone has been, yeah, I haven't touched Warzone, like, that's that. And the majority of the time is just because of the playlist. I'm like, I'm not gonna play quads with some random people that quit mid-game, you know, and because they died and they don't want to be revived or whatever the case may be. I don't know. It's like I just hate playing. I hate playing with randos because it's the most disorganized shit ever. And same thing happens in RedSec. Like, when we don't have souls, we play with randos. Sometimes you get a good rando that wants to play with you, but majority of the time, if they fucking land someone by themselves and they just fucking die instantly, they just quit non-stop, and then you're basically by yourself in duos against multiple squads by yourself. I'm like, okay, great. I managed to win a couple of games by myself. Don't get me wrong. I'm good enough to hold my own, but same thing in Call of Duty. Do I really care? Especially with the skill gap we right now we have in Black Ops 7 and just Warzone in general. Now we have grapple hooks and wall running, wall jumping and all that kind of stuff. People say like, oh, it's really needed for Warzone to make it interesting. Do we? Like, I don't mind the grappling hook, but the way it works in Warzone right now is just like, oh, so basically positioning means jack shit. It's all about movement and cracked demon time, which, don't get me wrong, I enjoy some demon time once in a while, because I'm not your fucking Warzone series ready player. Don't get me fucking wrong. If I really put the time in to get better, I will get better at the game, and I will do some demon time, because I used to play Titanfall and I fucking enjoyed it, and I had no problems winning a game in Black Ops 7. I literally played a couple of Battle Royale games when Black Ops 7 came out, with Season 1. I managed to win one game, in solos, and that's it. And I'm like, I don't want to. But anyway, I can hold my own. But the way the Warzone is right now with that, grappling hooks, all the cranked movement and everything, I'm like, guys, I think you're losing the plot what Warzone is about. So that's why I'm kind of low-key excited for Modern Warfare 4. At least we can have some reset. Just bring it down. Bring it down a little bit. Because can we go back to the somewhat grounded aesthetic and grounded, gameplay? Oh, sorry. I've been talking for a while, so that's why I burped. I'm not talking about Modern Warfare 2. Fuck that shit. Please don't. But Modern Warfare 3 was fine. Modern Warfare 3 Warzone was fine. I think it was the best Warzone we ever had, honestly. Sure, the balloons were kind of annoying, people landing from the sky just on you, and just you have no indication that they're fucking landing on you, other than just like the announcer telling you way too late. So yeah, remove the balloons, and Modern Warfare 3 Warzone was fantastic. Well, yeah, I've been talking for like 55 minutes now. So, long story short, yeah, I lost interest in Call of Duty because I saw no future. I saw no future. I didn't see the passion behind it. The Treyarch aesthetics and ideas completely ruined Call of Duty for me. I didn't enjoy anything they have to offer because, listen, Treyarch still lives in some fucking old era of 2010. They still think they still got. They still think that people care about their fucking Black Ops aesthetic or what. Like, fuck off, man. No one fucking cares. That's the thing. Adapt or die. And they didn't adapt, even though, don't get me wrong, they still get millions of players. I think, PlayStation now says 4.5 million players playing Call of Duty every week on PlayStation. So that's just people launching the game at least. So, yeah, that's a big number compared to, like, almost 2 million to Battlefield, which is still a good number, don't get me wrong. But it's just the franchise feels really dead. Feels really, really dead. And Modern Warfare 4 kind of looks like it will bring some of the passion back because the reason we play games, I don't care what people say. It's because it's passion from the developers. If there's no passion from the developers, the game is not going to feel good. Simple as that. And Black Ops 6, Black Ops 7, you can tell these games had no passion behind them whatsoever. Sure, someone can be like, no, they have lots of passion. They care about, like, sure, man. But the majority of people that worked on this game, or just the way it was presented and everything, had no passion whatsoever. Had some technical leaps, some amazing technical, technology behind it. Don't get me wrong, sure. But overall, the passion was not there. It's just like... Also, like, don't get me started about that fucking AI-generated content they released, like, for the banners and sometimes skins or guns or whatever the case may be, right? Some of the stuff was clearly AI-generated and then cleaned up by an artist, whatever the case may be. Like, I hated that. And then you look at, for example, at Modern Warfare, like Infinity War, right? They released a short video. I don't think it was them. I don't think it was like an agency company, whatever, releasing a video how they made the cover art for this game, for Modern Warfare 4, and they showed the footage in camera how they did. They put the actors in costumes, in the military gear. They set up the framing, the location, and the lighting and everything. It's done with real people, with real equipment and everything. And basically, the passion was there. It was done with absolute passion, and that's why the cover art just slaps so fucking hard on Modern Warfare 4, because it was done with love. It was done with care. It was like, people care about art. People fuck your AI generated slop. At least people care about the art, and they care about that's why it's Infinity Ward is the GOAT. And that's why Activision loves them so much, comparing to Treyarch or Sledgehammer, because hey, Sledgehammer, don't get me wrong, they're good. They're good at what they do. Modern Warfare 3 was a fantastic Call of Duty game. And they kind of got fucked too, just like Treyarch, with lack of development time, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I get. But when it comes to just like any Activision, I guess any executives too, they look, okay, is the studio produces the passion that people gotta be interested in the game? Will this game will make me money? And people respond well to people caring about the fucking product. If you care about your product, people will care more. If the product is good, fantastic, even better. That's why Activision loves Infinity Ward, because they actually give a shit about their art. Whether you like it or hate it, not the point. They care about their art. So that's that. So I just lost interest in Black Ops 6 and Black Ops 7 because my friends stopped playing, because they never, like, I saw lots of people that haven't even launched Black Ops 7. They never launched their games. I'm like, okay, cool. So what's the point playing by myself? No point. Modern Warfare 4 might bring some people back. I might convert some people from my Battlefield group to play Modern Warfare 4, but I don't know. At the moment, it's still only me. That's why the podcast is being hosted by me, because, hey, no one plays it, no one cares, and I'm not gonna bring someone that doesn't care about Call of Duty so just to talk about Call of Duty, right? Like, for example, in our Discord, which I can link, I will link it in the description and everything. In our Discord, right? Most of us are Battlefield players, and when I started sharing all the details about Modern Warfare 4 and everything, no one really cared. No one really cared, because, like, yeah, another Call of Duty game. Who gives a shit, right? That's that. So, yeah. Oh my god, I've been rambling for so long. Okay, anyway, you know what? I'm gonna end it here. So, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for indulging me with your time. Me talking about Call of Duty and why I lost passion in this franchise. When's the next episode? In 2-3 weeks, maybe. Because I do want to talk about Modern Warfare 4. I want to talk about all the good stuff. And I will see how people react to this episode, because, like I said, it's just me hosting this, you know. But I see a lot of people did enjoy the podcast I posting, so I'm like, okay, cool, why not? Let's have a nice reunion with everyone. That's fine. So if you really care about what I have to say, you always can check out our Patreon. You know, patreon.com/thelankysoldier. That's patreon.com/thelankysoldier. Well, we have early access for this episode, and in future episodes, we have Battlefield 1 podcast there. We have behind the scenes stuff. We have extra, you know, content like Live Gaming Gathering, which is a Patreon exclusive episode podcast series where me and my friends gonna talk about anything we like, and it's been going well, you know. Check out Battlefield 1 podcast in general if you really care about Battlefield. You know, maybe you can learn something about, you know, because you're I'm guessing if you're listening to this still, I'm guessing you're a Call of Duty type of player, so you don't really care about Battlefield. But hey, maybe you can learn something about Battlefield, all that kind of stuff, because hey, listen to that podcast. It's doing well. We have some guests sometimes, we have some people there, so that's cool. But yeah, if you guys really enjoyed this show, do let me know in the comments. Literally, join our Discord, join the Patreon, let me know in the comments, like Spotify comments or whatever the case may be. Leave a rating, literally leave a rating, you know, 5-star, 1-star, I don't care, it's fine. Leave a rating, let me know, just interact with me. Just let me know what you want to hear, what you love to hear on the Call of Duty based podcast, you know, because so far it seems like no one's doing any Call of Duty podcasting, and I'm just like, you know what, let's try, I guess. So yeah. Oh my god, my fucking neighbors just decided to be loud for no reason. Okay, anyway, so thank you guys for everything. Thank you guys for listening. Let me know what you think of this. This was, like I said, mumble jumble, just me mumbling jumbling about stuff and with no care, so just let me know. So thank you guys for listening, and I hope we'll see you on the next episode. See ya.